How can you discover your gutsy moves in your career and life? How can you go gutsy? Hi, I'm Marissa Santoro, and I help professionals own their value so they can consistently stand out and increase their impact and income in their careers. This is a question that I'm often asked here at In Our Shoes. Well, believe it or not, I want to give you permission to actually recognize that you have already gone gutsy in your life. You probably aren't aware of that, or maybe it's just not present for you right now. There are 3 fears that generally prevent us from acting on the things that we really want to act on in our lives, that things that are really, we know are good for us, that just hold us back. Acting and pursuing things and really going after things that we like to, that we would consider gutsy. But usually those 3 fears are the fear of failure, the fear of looking foolish, and the fear of rejection. They drive our everyday decisions. In fact, I can guarantee you in the last 24 to 48 hours, it's probably showed up before you made that phone call or sent an email to someone. So let's just start off with acknowledging you have already made gutsy moves, right? And I'm going to prove it to you. So I'm going to ask you a series of questions here. When have you acted on something in your life that you didn't want to do, but you did it anyway? Maybe your hands were shaking, right? Maybe you had anxiety, right? Your body tensed up, but you had to do it anyway, or you did it, right? Maybe someone coaxed you into doing it. It doesn't matter. You did it, right? When did you ever speak up in your life and held your ground? Maybe it was in a meeting or with a personal relationship, right? A disagreement. When have you initiated a conversation that no one else wanted to bring up, no one else wanted to have, right? This could be business, this could be family related, right? Where you're there and you're calling out the elephant in the room, right? It's like the silence is deafening. When have you had such clarity on what you're supposed to do in your life, but you had so much fear of whether it would actually pan out or would fail, but you acted anyway, or you moved in a direction on one action, right? You took one action that moved you closer to that because of that clarity, because it felt so strong, because your gut, right, was speaking to you in such a powerful way. And by the way, when I talk about gutsy moves and that intuition, this is impulse energy, right? This isn't, I know they talk about the whispers, I talk about whispers as well, that inner voice, but those whispers are actually energetic pulses, things that just sort of nudge you like, oh, I have to do this, right? I should get off this elevator. I should make that call now instead of 2 hours later because I just got the person that I want to speak to. So that's what I mean by gutsy moves, listening and feeling, right? That's why the body is such a powerful indicator and signal for when we should, lead with our gut and go for it anyway, in spite of those 3 fears. Okay, back to the questions. When have you ended a relationship that no longer served you, but possibly at the time the thought of being alone and maybe not having the security of that relationship had you scared or shaking, but you ended it anyway and chose you? What gutsy moves can you make incrementally right now? Why do I say incrementally? Because the gutsy leadership thing is not big bang, right? It's not a ballsy way of living. It's small micro actions, right, that you can take in a very, very incremental way. You take 5 small little gutsy actions, right? Things that you wouldn't normally do that would make you uncomfortable. Let's say over a 2-week or 3-week time period, you can look back after those weeks and say, wow, you know what? All of those led me to where I am right now. That's what I mean by taking micro actions. What is your gut saying to you right now in this moment that you should do? I'm going to give you a little quick sign that you can look for, which is non-negotiable. It's proven. It will definitely have you say to yourself, this is the right decision for me, right? Because that's the number one question I'm asked. Marissa, how do I know it's really my gut? How do I know I should do this, right? If you are feeling excited and nervous at the same time, those 2 emotions, when you're on the roller coaster at Six Flags or Disney or wherever you are, and it's inching up and you're so scared for that drop, right? You're so scared and frozen almost, but you're so excited for that free fall, for that freedom. That's what I mean by feeling excited and nervous at the same time, right? Those 2 emotions, you're in the right place, right? So, it's okay to have fear. We all have fears. Never make a decision when you're rooted in fear. So what I always ask, those that I work with, I coach, I always say, is this decision being made from a place of faith or a place of fear, right? If at the moment you're more frozen in fear, don't worry about it, right? Like, that's normal, but don't make a decision from that place, right? Make a decision from a place where, you know what, you've been feeling into your body, you've been leaning into what you know is so clear, right? The mind will take over, the ego will take over, and try to shoot us down with limiting beliefs, and that's just, again, normal, right? The ego had a place back in the pre-civilization days. It kept us free from fire and safe from harm. But right now, in today's day, the ego is just over the top. So you don't want to make a decision based on fear, especially those 3 fears. Step back, walk away, and keep listening into your body, and make that decision based on faith. Are you feeling excited and nervous at the same time? All right, I hope this was helpful. I'm Marissa Santoro with In Our Shoes, and you've got this. Thank you. Bye now.